Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Jeff, and finally, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 Season 2 is here, along with the patch notes. So I'm not gonna go and read through this, like, incredibly in-depth. Whether you want to get the Battle Pass or not, that's up to you. As a player, I just can't, in good faith, tell people that it's worth it. We got some more levels. Instead of 250, it's now 450. We'll have a whole season to get to 450. I mean, Pomage got to 1,000 every season back on Cold War, so this is easily doable. The ISO Hemlock, don't really know how good it's gonna be. Don't really know about the balance changes either. Broadside Shotgun, don't know how good that's gonna be. The Kodachis, we've seen these before. Crossbow is almost never really that good. Weapon tuning update, so they made it so weapon tuning is more effective. So now the things that you would adjust for more ADS, it should be giving you even more ADS speed, or even more recoil control, or whatever it is that you're adjusting for. Now, I don't know if this magnitude has stayed in check, because there are a couple things on those sliders that could be an issue. So maybe these tuning changes and stuff could actually, in turn, you know those ADS changes that we were talking about and sprint to fire speed adjustment that really needed to be done for the player movement, so the player themselves feel good moving around in game? Maybe these tuning changes and stuff can actually make a difference there. I could be overestimating how much these changes are actually changing things, but we'll have to see. Especially, like, mathematically, we have no idea how much better or worse it is, like, percentage-wise. Looks like for the battle rifles, they nerfed the full auto versions and buffed the semi-auto on pretty much all of them, it looks like. A full auto upper damage is decreased, but the other ones are completely fine. Attack V, it looks like it got hit a little bit. Increase mid-range damage, increase semi-auto torso damage. So the full auto attack V. Maybe this gun is dead. I have no idea. I don't feel like there's just that one weapon that I run into in the game and I'm like, well, it's ruined. It doesn't really happen in this game for me. Like, there's the best weapons, obviously. There are weapons that are better than others, but, like, to the point to where I don't want to play against it? No, not really. X13 Akimbo got nerfed. Launchers, removed activation distance for projectile. Projectile will now explode at any range. Did it not do that before? RPG, increased splash damage amount. Small reduction to splash damage range. So the RPG is more deadly, but doesn't have as big of a blast radius. RPK nerf, good. MG, increase the recoil, fine. Marksman rifles, reduce long range damage, increase upper torso damage, added minimum damage against armor. LMS added minimum damage against armor. I guess this would be like a baseline buff, I guess, because somehow, maybe at some points against armored enemies, these weapons in particular has some sort of issue. Otherwise, why would they add this? Oh, update's going. All right, cool. Now we'll download while we're reading this. Melee, increase non-lunging melee damage range. Allows players to hit equipment on the ground with melee while crouched. Melee attacks with non-melee weapons will now require 3 hits to fully kill an armored enemy instead of 2. FASDEV 9K got nerfed. Mid to long range damage got hit. Who knows how much it got hit? It still probably shreds though. It overall just feels really good, and it didn't hit any of that. So this thing destroys in shipment just because of the sheer amount of bullets that you have, and it's crazy. So something that by default has such a great magazine size, lower torso damage at close range, reduce lower body damage mid to close range. Yeah, it's just gonna be a lot worse. Just overall got a range and a damage nerf. Fennec 45 got hit as well. Decreased headshot damage because there's so many bullets. It's easy. You just literally spray towards their head and they get deleted. You don't even have to think about it. Decreased damage overall. That's good. Signal got nerfed. Reduces sprint out speed, movement speed, reduce long range damage, small decrease to bullet velocity. This seems like more of a hit that's happening just from Warzone. It seems like more of like a Warzone related nerf. Signal isn't really an issue over in multiplayer. Social tab, all sorts of stuff like this is supposed to be having a big overhaul. I heard about this a little bit. Same thing with the UI was supposed to have a thing with camos and other stuff. Slight increase to animation speed of the polyatomic camo. Animation? There is no animation on polyatomic. Do they mean animation speed of Orion? Reticle previews in stores, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, updated UIs. This is supposed to be a lot better, but we'll see. More bug fixes to the UI, global bug fixes, PC settings, gyro aiming. I don't really mess with this. Spec Ops and the raids and stuff like that, not really interested. Multiplayer, here we go. We get infected, gun game, grind, and hardcore. So I'm going to assume we're gonna lose the shipment playlist. We're probably gonna get like a dome playlist or something like that, which is fine. It's not that bad, but finished out all the sniper rifles and I'm starting on the LMGs now. So all I have left is LMGs, ARs, and SMGs, which will be a lot less, you know, stressful, and I just don't even have to use my brain at all. I just hold down right trigger and look at them. Got Dome, Museum is back, Observatory. Ranked play. Ranked actually looks good, and there's also some previews about Season 3 saying that there's Ranked coming to Warzone as well, which is actually a really big deal, but the game needs to be helped as well. It's a shame that you guys are adding this kind of stuff to this version of Warzone. It's oh man, you guys just, it's just such a misstep. That is the move. I think that, you know, this Ranked and the way that it's it's looking, it looks pretty fully fledged. Now, the one thing is like, you know, how's the boosting situation? They're a solo queue versus a team queue. And how many people are going to end up in the top 250 or in the higher rankings that don't actually deserve to be there because they're getting carried by all of their friends? You run into the same issues that you run into with the normal rank things where you just run into people that are just boosted constantly just because they play with better players. But Modern Warfare 2 rank, this seems pretty good. Ranks and rewards, you're supposed to be getting a bunch of like weapon charms, blueprint, competitive integrity features. Okay, so they got some of this stuff, which, you know, some of it can sound good and look good down on paper, but you need to see how it actually works and see how the player base interacts with these restrictions and stuff in place. Warzone 2.0 has the island. We've seen all this stuff before. We've gone through this. Map updates, battle royale. Had a video where we talked about this stuff all before. I'm probably going to be playing multiplayer, but all this stuff it's going in the right direction. More changes to DMZ. They're already giving us stuff about Season 2 and Season 3. They're confirming over here. So Season 2 Reloaded, just around the corner with new content, limited time holiday event. Well, this looks really good. This reminds me of kind of like Bailout, or I think it was a map on Infinite Warfare. I forget what the name of it was. We're excited to share some of the new awesome content ahead. Plunder will return to Warzone. I'm sure people will love that. Warzone ranked is confirmed. Good luck, have fun, be good to each other. All right, sure. So what didn't we get in this? We didn't get one-shot headshots for sniper rifles, bolt action sniper rifles, the heavy sniper rifles, at least some of them being capable of one-shot headshotting within like a certain range or something maybe. We were hearing about that, but that's not in this one. It could be Season 2 Reloaded, could be Season 3, could just be something that's still being bounced around and they still don't know. But we've heard discussions about that. Also, there's a discussion around the overall player movement on the game. ADS speeds, sprint to fire speeds, strafe speeds, other things like that. There's not really a lot of room for outplay potential in terms of movement anymore. And then it comes down to like just gun on gun, which sounds good until you realize that gun on gun just means, you know, somebody not utilizing their other stick entirely and sitting down and just staring and waiting for somebody to challenge, which just basically slows down the game is what I'm saying. This is definitely a good update and a huge update in a better direction because they're realizing that going back to more like how it was with Warzone 1. Yeah, all right, so shipment is gone. That's fine because they knew that everybody would have just picked shipment anyway. So we got Season 2 Mosh Pit, Infected, and Hardcore Season 2 Mosh Pit. You already know where we're going. Hardcore Season 2 Mosh Pit, we're here. All right, wow, okay. It's nice that these things seem to actually be updating now, and it looks like it's showing the actual attachments equipped to it and their adjustments on it. Camos. Ooh, view weapon mastery, check, check. Okay, so what happens when we go over to a weapon that is complete and it's just a bunch of checks? It'd be nice if the whole thing lit up. Okay, so it has SPX specific camos on here, and then it's completionist camos that are specific to it. And then you have the all camos tab. Oh, that's so much better. Yeah, this is actually clean. This is really, really nice. They said there's a new animation for the polyatomic, but it looks the same to me. They said animation. There's no animation on polyatomic. Did they speed up the animation on this? I can't tell. Does anybody have a video of it moving before? No. People must have it because they had comparison videos before when it was really slow versus what it was updated to now, what I'm assuming is now. Compare that to this. Is this moving faster? I think it is. So I think in the patch notes, they need to mend it. I think they meant to say that they changed the animation speed, not on polyatomic, but they changed the animation speed on Orion. And we're back to this menu. Nice and easy. Beautiful. You know, it'd be nice if you guys actually had like, actually list out like categorically all of the mastery charms. Categorically separate all of the charms as well as a part of that mastery grind. It is a little bit different though. It's not the same. Oh, it's so nice to actually have a kill feed. Hardcore is so much better. And it's not even close. Can't believe people have the gall to sit here and act like that this is anywhere the same thing as that realism trash. Hardcore is so much better. Wow. I'm not even like a huge hardcore fan, but like the comparison, come on now. For camos, so good. I should have just kept shooting. I just need to assume that whenever there's a couple there, they probably just spawned. Oh, that's actually really nice. They go and put grass behind this cover right here so you can hear somebody singing behind it. That's really nice. You know, I didn't think that I would be a fan of the map, but I'm actually liking it. Map seems to be running pretty good, not having any like weird problems on it. There are some definite design changes and it seems like there's a lot more head glitches and stuff. Yeah, I think Orion definitely got changed. It definitely moves faster. This is how it should have been off rip. I like it. Thank you. So we know that we have a new AR, right? Okay, so this is the ISO. I mean, looks like any other AR really. Again, just looks like an AK. It's just a shotgun AK. I don't know if I'm gonna go and like try to level these weapons up as quickly as possible or anything like that, unless they're like that good. But a lot of these like added added weapons after the fact, I'm not gonna do until I'm done with all the charms. With all this new stuff in the game, I definitely am inspired to play a bit more. Even with the removal of shipment, like, just anything different. We've made 2 corrections to our patch notes blog, including slight increase to the animation speed of the Orion camo, and that Resurgence is not a limited time mode. Can you guys add, like, a 8v8 game mode or something? Like 9v9 or something? Because 9v9 on this museum map would actually play really well. Okay, so it's single fire, you can't hold it down. Okay. Oh, it shoots a lot slower than I thought it did.
We have lost Bravo.
I'm just gonna leave the game. He's gonna be mad as hell. He waited like 15 whole seconds before he's like, oh man, I'm just gonna push him. He better not be here. Like, the fact that he's disrespecting and actually believes that I would sit there that whole time is exactly why I would sit there the whole time. But yeah, anyway, season 2, actually pretty fun. A lot of different changes, lots of different adjustments. Weapons can feel a little bit different. Oh, also, I forgot, yeah, you can tune the lasers now. What do we get? Sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed. So we can get even more ADS speed, more sprint to fire speed, or aim walk steadiness, or aiming stability. So this helps even more. Oh, look at that. Massive. Dude, I'm actually so hyped that they buffed Orion. Why am I so happy about it? They just increased the animation speed even more. That's the speed it should have been off rip.